So the list of problems with this election is long. The big question, of course, is what, if anything, will really be done about it?
Unfortunately, very little will be done about it if we look back at the history of elections in Zimbabwe for the past 23 years. Elections come and they take place, there are disputes, you go to court, and the court rules in favor of the ruling party. In 2018, the same gentleman, President Emerson Mnangagwa, and the main opposition leader, Nelson Chamisa, again faced each other in an election, and there was a dispute. Nelson Chamisa went to court, and the court ruled in favor of Emerson Mnangagwa. The courts in Zimbabwe are not known for their impartiality. They have always been ruling in favor of the ruling party in regards to issues that are political, in regards to issues that involve elections. So everybody knows that going to court is a futile exercise. The opposition has got 7 days to make up its mind whether it will go to court or not, or take the fight to a political arena. At the moment, they haven't pronounced, they've just disputed the elections.
So basically, if the opposition goes to the Constitutional Court and challenges this, then the opposition leader is clearly just going before judges appointed by the ruling party, right?
Indeed, most of the judges were appointed by the current president. Some of them who were not appointed by him were appointed by Robert Mugabe when he was the justice minister, which oversees the courts in Zimbabwe. So he's very familiar with all of them. Recently, he gave all of them $400,000 checks and said it's for them to buy houses. A lot of Zimbabweans have been questioning why these judges are being given so much money at a time when the country has got its economy on its knees. Right now, Zimbabwe's hospitals do not have medication. Zimbabwe's hospitals do not have basic machinery, like the whole country doesn't have a working radiotherapy cancer treatment machine. And yet these judges were paid handsomely. So everybody supposes that when these cases come to court, the judges will rule in favor of the president.
Wow. Well, I want to get some more perspective from you on exactly how Zimbabweans just dealing with so many challenges right now. You mentioned a few of them in terms of healthcare, access to food, but also soaring inflation at 100%, unemployment very high, economic mismanagement is a huge issue. Just explain how a fraud election could set back the country further.
A disputed election is going to be, it's a terrible nightmare for the ordinary Zimbabwean. 95% of our potential job workforce is out of work. Zimbabwe's got the highest inflation in the world. Right now, we all do not have clean drinking water in our homes. We have to drill boreholes on our properties. But those who do not have the resources to do so are suffering. Schools do not have books, roads are potholed, and foreign direct investment is not coming because of the corrupt rule that has been taking place in Zimbabwe for years. There's so much plundering of the country's natural resources. Recently, a news channel broadcast 4-part documentary series showing how gold was being smuggled out of the country. $150 million worth of gold is smuggled out of the country every month. That is enough to run all of Zimbabwe's central hospitals for 3 years. So the dire economic situation will simply get worse. Zimbabwe's currency has already started a run after the election result. So everybody's worried about what this means for themselves and their families going into the future.
And you spoke, Hopewell, briefly about historically having fraud elections throughout the country. How does this one compare to elections gone by?
This has been a scam. It's one of the worst elections that Zimbabwe has ever had in post-colonial history since 1980. I mean, you had in the past citizens, especially on the countryside of Zimbabwe, being intimidated, but this time it was done in front of international television cameras. They had desks that were set next to the polling stations where they were taking down the names and ID numbers of the ruler folk that were going into the polling stations to vote. And they were told that if you vote for anyone else except the ruling party and the president, we will know because we've taken down your documents, we've taken down your name, and we've taken down your ID numbers, and we will deal with you after the election. And, that's a very ominous kind of statement in Zimbabwe, because dealing with you can be anything from violence to being killed. In 2008, over 300 Zimbabweans were killed. Some were injured badly through the violence that was pushed by ZANU-PF when Robert Mugabe lost the election by 73% to Morgan Tsvangirai, who was then the opposition leader.